Hello everybody, it's me Rossco and welcome to the latest instalment of Game Day, and we're arrived in Scotland as Ipswich Town take on the reigning Scottish Cup champions Aberdeen in their latest pre-season fixture. From Austria to Scotland, we get about, don't we? We've got France next week. But yeah, Kieran McKenna's men for their second public pre-season fixture. They've had some behind closed doors games, but this is the proper stuff where we can obviously see it and report on it. So here we are though, in all its glory. The first time I've been to Aberdeen, and first time I'm going to be taking snappy snaps in a Scottish ground, and not a bad little setup here, don't mind it at all. It reminds me of Barnsley, maybe a Crew, one big stand there, some small stands there. I think this is where the noise will be. They've got the flags and stuff, maybe the ultras of Aberdeen, they're die-hard fans. The press box is up there, Stuart Watson, he's up there doing his typey types, and yeah, we're going to bring you our normal stick, the thoughts from the Cowie Army, get their thoughts on the season, the new signings, pre-season as a whole, Sam Morsey's departure, and just other bits and bobs pretty much, and just maybe watching Town in a different country, a different ground, just to give you a feel of how they're feeling. Maybe speak to some Scottish Town fans, that'd be good, get some Scottish accents on this video, and also look at the team. So that's what we're going to bring you next, the team news as it's about to drop, and I'm going to go and hunt for some food as well, because I've got a voucher, but does that mean there's food available? I'm sure there is. So let's go have a little wander. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now pitch side, ready to take some snappy snaps. The team news has just dropped, and I've got a team sheet in all its glory, the Aberdeen team, the Town team. And I will admit that starting 11 is looking like a proper starting 11, getting ready for the championship season. Alex Palmer in goal, Leif Davis, George Hurst, Jack Taylor, Ben Johnson, Azor Matasiwa, Sammy Smollett, Jacob Greaves, Dara O'Shea, Jaden Philogene and Jack Clark. And it doesn't mean George Hurst is playing defence, this is how I've just read out on the team sheet. And then yeah, the subs is everybody else, a lot of subs. But yeah, today could we see some players play more than 45 minutes? Can they play an hour? We'll find out, I'm sure. But yeah, the boys are doing their warm-ups, seagulls galore. The Town fans there in all their glory, going to of course speak to them, get their thoughts as a whole as standard. But yeah, there they go. Let's get into the first half, get some snappy snaps, and this is actually where I'm going to be taking my first half pictures. So let's get right into it. Okay then, I've had to switch ends because Town was shooting the wrong way for me, so I've had to switch the loud Aberdeen bunch. Good atmosphere for a pre-season game, I have to admit though. But let's go and get some snappy snaps. Lee Davis got the ball, let's see what he does with it. Okay then, second half is about to kick off. Half time, 2-0 for Ipswich Town. George Hurst and Jaden Philogene with the goals. A dominant first half display for Town, and the second half has just kicked off, and the ball is over there. Yeah, Philogene been very lively. George Hurst, nice finish, his third goal of pre-season. Aberdeen, they start their campaign next week. They need to do a bit better. But let's see what second half brings. We're going to go and speak to the Cowie Army. This is a lovely shot in it. Lovely. So full time here, and it's just Town have won another pre-season game. 3-1 here at Aberdeen. I'm here with Chris, who is a local. He basically lives about 20 minutes away. So you're, home game for you today. Let's start with that first of all. How did you become a Town fan? You know, a Scotsman.
I'm scared to say it because my family are raised in Norwich.
That's fine.
But it's all right, you know. So I essentially grew up as I have to be in competition with one of my family members. Grandad was a massive Norwich fan. I thought, why not start supporting Ipswich Town instead? So yeah, 35 years later, I'm still here. Love it.
And I'm sure when this fixture came up, you're like, wow.
Man, you have no idea. As soon as it was announced on social media, I was contacted Pittodrie, came down and spoke to Aberdeen and went, right, our ticket's available. They says, contact Ipswich and ask them. I contacted them, they said, not yet. Literally haven't even announced the game at that point in time. Aberdeen had put out the announcement, Ipswich hadn't.
Yep.
I've been on the phone every other day, I think, constantly asking, are the tickets available? Are the tickets available? Are the tickets available? I'm not a season ticket holder at Portman Road, so I don't get early access to it, so I had to wait for general admission. 10 o'clock on that Wednesday morning, I'm sitting refreshing my phone going, come on, give me the tickets, but totally worth it.
Yes, indeed, because we're here. A lot of seagulls about. Is that a thing in Aberdeen?
It is, unfortunately, yeah. They're like, you know, some people say either the supporters or, you know, other things can be the 12th man for the team. I think whenever you come to a game at Pittodrie or in Aberdeen, it's not so much the 12th man, it's the 17 birds that seem to come in and swoop. They know when the final whistle goes as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed it yourself, but as soon as that final whistle goes, bang, they're in. Yeah, can't help themselves.
I'm pleased I didn't get shat on though. That would have been a bit of a downer on today. But Ipswich Town have won, my friend. Let's just your verdict on the game, 3-1. We saw pretty much a potential starting 11 for the season. Then I think the 68th minute, the whole team got changed.
Yeah.
But George Hurst with another goal in pre-season. Jaden Philogene with a brace.
Yeah, it was a very, very strong performance. Obviously, things going off. Aberdeen got a goal back after that full team switch over. But that consistency from that first 11 that we saw, I think we were pretty much looking at what we're probably going to start the season with, unless anyone else comes in or anyone else goes. And to be fair, I've got no qualms about that whatsoever. Do we still need cover in some other positions? Maybe, but that starting 11 was strong. The new guys look really, really good. They've settled in and bedded in really quickly. Yeah, there's a lot of positives to take away from that. Darragh O'Shea officially now taking over as captain. Yeah, a lot to be proud of and a lot to take away for that with the season coming up.
Definitely, and of course, Aberdeen, they've got their league fixture next week.
Yeah.
So just like Lynn's last week, we're playing against teams who are sort of really up to speed.
Yeah.
And today I felt we looked up to speed as well. Who sort of stood out for you? As you know, obviously good to see George Hurst bang another goal.
Another goal for Hurst was good.
Scotland international as well, so he got a few boos.
I know, I think they were just
Come
like,
on.
hang on. I would say Philogene looked really good.
Yeah.
Looked really, really good. That combination with him and Leif Davis down the left looked really, really strong. They were giving a lot of problems to Aberdeen's right-hand side. Clark looked a little bit out of place, Jack Clark to start with, but came into his own a little bit as the game went on. Hurst, again, hold-up play. I said it when we were in the Championship before. Probably the best hold-up player that you can find in that position just now. Really, really good. And even Smorix.
Yeah.
Sammy's that just sitting off of him. I know everyone's worrying, what are we going to do? Is Chapper's going to fill in with whatever's happening with Omari? No one knows. But when you've got someone like Sammy Smorix ready to step in, it doesn't really matter. And Jack Taylor. Special shout out to Jack Taylor because that was really solid for him. People were
There's a
worried
pre-season, Jack.
slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Jeepers, how he didn't get booked in that for a
I
friend.
know, but the ref went, it's fine.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter. Doesn't
Really
matter.
good, though.
Very good. And talking about midfielders, I'm going to ask this to everyone who's going to join me on this. Sam Morsey, the news was officially confirmed that he's departed the club to go to Kuwait. How are you feeling about that? Any key memories? And losing the skipper, it's a sad one, but it's been coming.
I'm gutted for it. I am genuinely gutted, but at the same time, we can't have anything but positive thoughts for him. Everything that he's given the club over the last 4 years, every performance, every yellow card, which was a nice little asterisk.
55?
Yeah, that was a nice little asterisk on the image we got. But you can hear from the videos that have come out with all the players talking and everyone else feeding stuff back. He's gutted to leave. He's, for me, second best captain we've ever had. I grew up watching Matt Holland. I will always say Matt Holland's my favourite captain, but we can't do anything but love Sam Morsey for everything he gave the club and wish him all the best at Kuwait.
Definitely, and I think we're about to get kicked out. So final thoughts,
Yep.
prediction for next season. How you feeling? Favourites?
Favourites for going up? I'm going to get hated for this, and I apologise in advance. I'm not adverse to us not going straight back up, because I think that back-to-back promotion maybe hindered us a little bit when we went into the Prem, but we've got a strong squad. McKenna knows what he's doing. Him and Ashton have got a great working relationship. They know what they're trying to achieve. I've got no qualms with us. Go straight back up. I'll take it.
Top man, Chris. Well, let's head outside and do the rest of the interviews because someone's looking at me to get out. Let's go. Well, up next, I'm joined by Robson, named after the legendary Sir Boy Robson, I assume. My friend, good to see you. Your first proper, long away game.
Yeah.
How was the travel? I heard you travelled this morning, so I'm sure you're very tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Won today. 3-1. Just your thoughts on the game. Rowdy atmosphere today.
Yeah. I think we done pretty well. Well, Aberdeen were pretty strong, but I think we smashed it.
Yeah, definitely that first half. We were just on fire, weren't they? You know, Jaden Philogene, George Hurst, their goals. Who else stood out for you?
Connor Chaplin when he came on.
Oh yeah, he's had a little skill at the end there. It was really good. Very good. Let's talk quickly about a departure. Sam Morsey's gone. The skipper, the man who led this team to back-to-back promotions. I'm sure, one of your first proper good captains. How do you feel about him leaving the club?
Sad because he's a captain and it's big losing a captain.
Yeah, and Darragh O'Shea, he's got the captain's armband at the moment. How are you feeling about that?
I think he deserved it. At Arsenal away, Darragh O'Shea was captain and I was mascot and I was on the pitch for that. I think Darragh O'Shea's going to do a good job leading the team for next season.
Definitely. And that's a good segue onto next season. How are you feeling for it? Obviously, we're favourites to go straight back up. Are you feeling the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, winning the title?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that confidence. Well, Robson, enjoy the rest of your day in Aberdeen. Got any plans? It's very late though. I'm sure it's time for bed.
Yeah, just go to bed.
Okay, up next, I'm joined by Luke, my friend. Good to see you. Sadly, we haven't got the same backdrop as Chris. But yeah, Aberdeen. You travelled up this morning. How was that?
Yeah, it was quite a long journey to be fair. Left Ipswich about 8:30, got here just before 6 o'clock. So staying in Aberdeen overnight. So yeah, it's been good. Watching another local game tomorrow in Veruri
Really?
against Cladla.
Ooh.
So yeah, making the most of my time here.
Yeah, definitely, my friend. Your thoughts as a whole? A good performance for Town. Definitely in the first half, they were dominant. How would you sort of reflect on that game?
Yeah, kind of what you said really. I think a lot of pre-season sometimes is about fitness and getting like movement in the legs and stuff like that. But you can kind of look based on the signings now, and a lot of the players that played in that first 60 or whatever minutes it was, more than likely to start now, probably against Birmingham. So obviously dependent on signings coming in and whatnot. And I think players that played there really showed us, the fans, and McKenna himself, like that they deserve to start and play on that first game of the season. Someone like Philogene, for example, who's had his critics when he come in the Premier League and got him a bit slow get going, and some of his goals against Man United were a bit fluky. But I think today he grew into the game and got better with it and deserved both of his goals. Hurst has started pre-season really well.
On fire, 3 goals so far.
With Delap leaving and going to Chelsea, we needed someone. Look, we know what he's capable of, but it's nice to have seen him started pre-season off well. There's a lot of questions in a minute around midfield with Morsey going, which we'll get onto.
Yes.
But I thought Jack Taylor played really well. Obviously, was probably a bit too energetic at times, but I think him and Matt C were kind of complemented a bit each other.
Your thoughts on him? I'm sure that's the first time you've seen him play in the flesh.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, really. I think to begin with, he wasn't really getting on the ball that much. When he did, a lot of some of the stuff that Town did well went through him. You could see his kind of ball winning ability and stuff like that. But I definitely think that's a position that we need to look at, especially in the second half when you see Harry Clark playing in midfield.
Yeah, interesting. That's the second time that's happened, because he did it in Vienna, in Austria. But yeah, we'll see. And let's talk about midfield as we're talking about it. Sam Morsey, my friend, the skipper, the Egyptian king, and all that, all the songs. He's left. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, a bit gutted if I'm honest. I think for me, as a Town fan, 28 years of age now, I kind of got into football a little bit late, and I've not really experienced that really any success as being a Town fan until the back-to-back promotions and promotion out of League One and promotion out of the Championship and seeing the team in the Premier League. And for me, in my lifetime, he's the most successful captain that we've had, that I remember. So when you look at an Ipswich Town team on a match day and it's number 5 Sam Morsey or 55 Sam Morsey in your team, it's the ever-present, it's the name you look for. He's the one that drives the standards. So obviously, don't get me wrong, going to Curate and he's going to get a hefty paycheck there. But I think as much as it's upsetting, he's built a legacy here and really helped to reinvigorate a club back to the fans can be proud of. So whilst he's not here anymore, it's also nice in a way that we can look back and on the moments of him being a Town captain. For me, one of the best away games I've been to in recent years was Barnsley away.
Yeah.
A lot of people mention that one, but it's just how pivotal he was to the team. But I think the way that Dario O'Shea's play, and he's had the captain armband throughout pre-season. We don't know if he's going to be the captain, but quite likely.
He's probably.
But someone like him, he's calm, can be quite vocal. Perfect opportunity.
Definitely. Final question, my friend. Next season, we're going to be favourites to win the title and all that jazz. 100 points, 100 goals. No. But how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting, I think. Ipswich haven't really been in that position a while in the Championship. It's been the favourites. The last time we were in the league, when we got promoted, 2 years ago, whenever it was, we were, we got promoted out of League One, pipped to it by Plymouth, got into the Championship, and it was like, some fans were like, oh, maybe we'll finish 10th, maybe 8th, 6th, or whatever. But to finish second in that season was mental. Obviously now, from being relegated and coming back down as a parachute team, looking at what the parachute teams did last year, teams like Leeds and Burnley and the points that they got, I think, there's a lot of pressure on us, but I'd like to think that with the core of the squad here, that's something that Ashton and McKenna and whatnot have spoken a lot about this year, is retaining players that have been here. So, a large bulk of the squad is people that are here, which I think will build that ethos and cohesion together. If we can get some more signings, another midfielder, maybe a striker, hopefully whatever's happening with Amari is sorted out, so there's some more clarification. But I think, if we play that team that we played in the first 60 minutes or whatever it was against Birmingham, no matter what, no matter the Kyogos that they sign and people like that, I think we'll be all right. We just need to stick behind us and know what we can do at this level.
Come next, I'm joined by Liam from Crew. My friend, you actually grew up in Scotland, so it must feel weird watching Ipswich Town in Scotland.
Yeah, it does a bit. This is the only ground I didn't do in the top flight
Ticked
when
off.
I was going to watch Cali. So, it was quite good to... I wasn't going to do it originally, and then I decided, you know what, I've not done this one, and everyone had a good time in Austria last week, so I thought, go on then, one day off, I'll do it. So, and it's been a good night. And I got to see Graham Shinney as well, the best captain ever. Just
Inverness, if you don't know what Cali meant. Inverness, Caledonian
Thistle.
Thistle, love that.
Yep.
Sergei Boltacha.
Scottish Cup winning captain 2015. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, they won the Scottish Cup last season, didn't they? Or the League Cup, or the Cup.
Scottish Cup.
Cup. Anyway, we won. We beat the Scottish Cup winners 3-1, my friend. Overall view on the game, thoughts on it?
It was quite impressive. I mean, you can't read too much into pre-season. Both teams probably have different priorities for what they're looking for, but thought it was pretty sharp. First half was really good, and the big thing for me is there's more gears to come. That's the thing. It wasn't as if Town were playing at the very top. They still have gears to go. And they looked impressive, not even having to get out of second or third. So, really, really good first half. I thought Matasiwa is a decent player.
Pinged some great balls, doesn't
First time I've seen him, so really, really impressed with him. And second half carried that on. Didn't think, I don't know if it was because of us. Aberdeen maybe weren't as good as maybe I thought, but again, depends what they were looking for today. I thought some of the players who came off the bench for them made them a bit stronger
Ambrose,
later
who
on.
scored their goal?
Yeah, well, they seem to be chanting his name a lot. I think
The ball was just pinging, wasn't it? It was like a save, and it hit somebody else, and then I think it was Ambrose who scored.
But obviously, it helps them that we made 11 complete changes, which doesn't happen usually in a normal game.
If that actually happened, like we actually had unlimited subs, that'll be, I don't know. Paul, who's the cameraman, just nodding. You got thoughts?
No, that was awful. It's like watching England back in the day when Sven was manager.
Yeah.
And he made about 17 subs a friendly.
Yeah, definitely. That would be mental. It would be mental.
But it's a good result, but a good performance, and that's the main thing you take from pre-season. Results don't really factor in too much.
I think it's good though, like Hurst getting a goal. And Philogene,
actually, he looks really sharp at the moment, and he does look quite fit.
Don't get injured.
Yeah, well, that's
Jinxed
one.
it now, sorry.
That's one of the key things going forward. We still need a striker, because obviously, if George Hurst was to get a slight injury at some point, we are a little bit lacking depth there. We probably need one more midfielder, I would say, as well. But
good segue.
But
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Sam Morsey, my friend, has departed. Your thoughts on that?
Well, after tonight, I would say that the king is dead, but his spirit will live on, because Jack Taylor was doing a very good impression of him in the first half of trying to get a booking quite early. So if he shows that amount of bite throughout the season, then he'll be taking Morsey's role as the ball breaker in that team. Look, it's a blow. He's been McKenna's lieutenant in the team, and we've lost a massive bit of experience there as well. But it's one of those hard ones that you want to keep him, but if Town are going to go back to the Premier League, is he going to be a first choice player and feature going back into the Premier League? Probably not. He wanted probably longer. Town probably thought he probably doesn't have the legs, and it's come to a natural conclusion. He moves on, and so did Town. So it's simple evolution. Town will have to move on without him and find, as I say, another midfielder to bulk up that area of the pitch. And hopefully, with Ashley Young obviously coming in, which will bring a lot of experience, although I'm not expecting him to play every week.
I don't know, he played 32 games last season.
Well,
so.
maybe.
In the Premier League.
But
it's the Championship, very different.
Yeah, but I think Town will be all right. It is a big, massive hole to fill, but I think Town will be okay.
Well, prediction then, my friend. You think Town are going to be okay? Are they going to be okay because they're going to go straight back up? Pause there from Liam, that's not good.
Look, they're favourites for a reason, because I think the squad is already made to go up, and the fact is that they're not going to do a massive amount of business in terms of incomings. It's not going to be like last season where there were tons of players coming through the door, because the squad is already kind of tailored for this push. So it's just adding, as I say, one or two areas where the squad depth maybe needs an extra few players. And Town should be up there, and performance like that, and with, as I say, more gears to go, I don't see why Town can't be right up there and battling, but I don't think it'll be as easy as some people think. So I'm cautiously optimistic that Town will be in the conversation, but I'm not going to put my finger on it and say that they are guaranteed promotion, because it would be stupid to say that, I think.
Okay, the final man joining me is Steve from Austria in Linz to Aberdeen in Scotland, my friend. Very different backdrop to Linz, different
Slightly
weather,
different, yeah.
More seagulls. Thoughts on today, my friend? It felt a bit different, this game. It was still competitive, but obviously we saw a 11 that played for about over an hour, so we sort of saw a little bit more in terms of the team coming together.
Yeah, I actually thought the 11 out there today was pretty strong. I think it's got like Taylor channeling his inner Morsey in the first half. I think it must have been 4 pretty solid challenges, which may have been cardable in league matches, but it was good to see that he's actually going to pick this mantle up and actually going to take that challenge on. Gives me a bit more confidence that we do still need at least one more centre mid, but it was good that he actually gave the 65 minutes, I think it was, and he saw the team gel really well, and obviously putting 3 past Aberdeen, who are a week away from the season.
They are.
So I thought, I was quite impressed with that. It made me confident for the season coming up. The lads coming on added energy, but probably a little less impact than I'd have hoped.
Yeah, I'm sure it is hard just coming on for the with definitely a full 11. When it's like maybe 1 or 2 subs, it's not too bad. But when you've got a full 11, you've got to get used to the speed of the game, because Aberdeen, most of their players have played already most of the game.
Absolutely, Connor Chaplin really stood out when he came on.
Skill.
That little movement's fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought there was some good stuff in there. Gio looked really sharp, and I really like the look of that. So hopefully we'll get more minutes in the next couple of matches to build him up a bit more. And then obviously Young to come in, maybe Amari, if he's sort of back into the fold. We'll see how that goes.
Famous last words. Yeah. Asked, I think this in Austria, but we hadn't got the confirmation just yet. But Sam Morsey have asked everyone else, they shared their thoughts. How are you feeling now with the news dropping that he is definitely gone? Sad to see.
Yeah, it's really sad. Absolutely terrific captain. Did message him to thank him for his efforts, because it's particularly for my sons, who have gone through like 15, 16 years where it would have been easy to just go and support a Liverpool or Man United or whatever, but they stayed with Ipswich, and what he did was to deliver for them some incredible memories. And he's a great guy off the pitch as well, and I think you lose both a captain on the pitch and somebody off the pitch to lead the side, so I wish him really well on that. I think he's a great guy, and hopefully he'll enjoy the next couple of years in Q8.
Definitely, my friends. Well, I won't ask you anymore because we spoke in Austria, so check that out if you haven't watched that game day. But yeah, got any other plans tonight? It's getting late, so I'm sure you're just going to go to bed because you obviously travelled this morning.
Yeah, just we'll escort you back round because you're now out of the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, head back, and then we're going back in the morning. And just a quick shout out to me mate Mark, whose birthday last week, and I missed it. And I hope you had a good birthday, mate.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mark. Thanks for watching as well. And thanks to everyone else for watching another game day, this time in Aberdeen in Scotland. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Steve, Luke, Robson, Chris and Liam from Crew for joining me. And we'll see you in France. France, Steve. Austria, Scotland and France in 3 weeks. Love that. Bye for now.